Are you ready for some fun in your sewing space? Welcome to the world of Arrow Sewing. Hydraulic chairs are a must for extreme comfort while sewing. Features include adjustable height, 360-degree swivel, perfect lumbar support, and a stable 5-star base. They even have a storage compartment in the seat. The Arrow cutting and sewing cabinets open up to give you plenty of creative space, plus handy storage solutions. These amazing cabinets come in 3 different finishes to complement any decor. Extension arms and multi-position hydraulic sewing lifts for free arm and flatbed sewing are just a few of their outstanding features. Cabinets provide storage along with extra space for cutting and pressing. No matter the project, Arrow Sewing Furniture is perfect to help you sit, stand, cut, sew, serge, and create. Happy sewing!
I'm Jill from June Taylor with my favorite tool in my quilter's toolbox, the cut and press. You can do all your rotary cutting on one side and all your pressing and squaring on the other. The cutting mat side features a hard surface mat with a texture on. That's going to prevent your blade from cutting into the mat, keeping your blades sharper longer. You'll notice that the markings for your inches is outside the cutting grid, so it's easy to line up your fabric and you don't have to lift it up to see where your rule markings are. When we flip it over, we have the pressing side. And this is great for general pressing, so you can just go ahead and as you're quilting, do your pressing like this. But it's also great for squaring. So many times people will cut their blocks to square them, but now you can actually lay your block right on the grid to square it up. You can also pin into this, so you can use it to square up your needlework or even your cross stitch.
ultimate fabric cutting experience, you need the Go Big in your sewing space. This all-electric fabric cutter is hands-free, making it the cutter for those with physical limitations. The Go Big is safe, easy to use, and is compatible with every die in our Go collection. That's more than 250 dies. The wide opening allows you to run 2 6-inch wide dies through at once, upping your efficiency and lowering your cutting time. Though it's our widest Go cutter, the Go Big is still portable and features a handle to make it easy to store or travel with. When you buy the Go Big electric starter set, you get the Go Big fabric cutter, the 3x6-inch finish Go Flying Geese die, a cutting mat, and 5 fabulous patterns. Look at some of these beautiful projects you can create with a Go Big. The Go Big has all the perks of AccuQuilt's amazing Go product line with none of the manual work. Don't give up your quilting craft. Go Big. AccuQuilt, because cutting time means quilting more. Quilters, welcome to today's launch party.
We know you're gonna flip your lid over these 2 new dies.
Hi Quilters, wait till you see what we have for you today. I'm AccuQuilt cutting expert Pam Heller.
And I'm AccuQuilt creativity expert Erica Botker. We are here to kick off today's die launch party so we can show you our 2 new dies.
And you can bet we're going to do more than just show you these project dies. We're going to show you how they work too.
We've also got tons of great samples to share for inspiration and some prizes too.
And don't forget Chris Marchini, he's going to join us today.
That's right. All right, Pam, it's time.
All right, finally we get to share these new dies with you. Take a look.
Did you know that the AccuQuilt system can help you do more than just make quilts? Project dies are available to help you make all kinds of useful items, including hats. With the Go Trucker Hat by Chris Marchini and the Go Bucket Hat dies, you're ready to go and express your creativity and style to the world with ease. Using a Go or a Go Big fabric cutter, you'll soon be on your way to creating a wardrobe full of hats to match every outfit, style, and mood. There's no need to be intimidated. With dies to cut your pieces accurately, you'll be on your way to stitching in no time. The Go Trucker Hat die by Chris Marchini of Rose City Originals will have you cutting and creating hats from all kinds of materials to make these trendy items from scraps, orphan blocks, and more. The Go Bucket Hat will give you protection from the sun, along with a touch of style in no time. No need to worry about sewing curves together. The dies cut notches for you to make lining up and stitching these something anyone can have fun and success with. Have fun picking your materials for this one, since it's reversible. And don't overlook upcycling materials like denim into hats as well. You'll soon have a stack of fun and unique hats for yourself, your family, and friends, because with AccuQuilt, we help you cut time so you can quilt and craft more.
All right, Erica, it is really hard to decide which one to start with, but let's get the ball rolling with our die designed by our good friend Chris Marchini. You may know him as my Wednesday co-host or Rose City Originals. He's an exciting modern fabric and pattern designer who is often recognized by his super cool shirts. We wore our super cool shirts.
Yes.
That he makes and wears, many with matching trucker hats.
Quilted trucker hats.
Quilted.
He is also known for his great videos on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and making his randomly generated community quilts. Now, recently, we had Chris here in the studio with us to film some videos, including one to show you how to make the fun hat with his new die.
Now, you can find that video on the Go Quilted Trucker Hat product page at AccuQuilt.com. He and the lovely Erica will walk you through making one of these great hats step by step. But let's get started about taking a look at what this die will make and the die itself.
Okay, so here's the die board when we've got a couple of the great hats
Oh, can I just
sitting
take
here.
one?
Yes, you may. Isn't that cute?
I like it a lot.
That's one of my
Listen,
favorites
I need
so
one
far.
for the pool.
You do need one for the pool.
Okay, do you think somebody would notice if we took one of these for the pool? All right.
All right, well, let's look at
here.
the die. Okay, so we've got the pieces and we've done some extra screen printing. So we screen print the letters onto our dies, like on our block on board
Yes.
dies, but we've added a little arrow with how to place the grain of your fabric on this.
Because how it sits in the hat matters.
It does matter.
Okay, and we have single notches and double notches. And in my quilting head, it means that these match up.
Yeah, why, by golly, Pam, you would be correct.
I
That
wasn't
is
here
how
for the
that
video
works.
shoot, but I know some things, okay?
Now, as you may have guessed, there are a couple of special materials that you'll want to use to create your quilted trucker hats, starting with fabric. You can use just one fabric, you can really mix and match it up,
Okay.
and you'll need something for the front panel, for the back panels, the brim, and also the lining.
Okay, so Erica, let's talk about
So let's
the
talk about those
sections.
pieces.
Yeah.
So this is the front.
Oh, here.
So this is the front, and this is the front of the quilted hat. This is your quilted portion, okay? Here's our brim.
Oh, and there's stuff in there.
There's stuff in there. We'll talk about that stuff.
Okay.
Then here's the back of the hat.
Okay.
And then it's lined.
Yes.
And then you'll see that we also have little strips here. And this one has loop tape
And Velcro.
and Velcro.
Okay. I like that a lot.
So those are the materials. Now, you'll want to use a stable, a sew any shape foam. We have it on our website, but you'll want, and you can see it on the back of this.
Oh,
and
here, I was
so
looking for it over
behind
here.
your quilted piece, you're going to want this foam. And I don't know, Kenyon, if you can
I
get
don't think we can see it inside,
but it's
you can see
maybe
it.
an eighth of an inch thick.
Yep.
And it is going to give that poof on it, and it's going to give body to the front. Okay, that's a technical term, poof.
is. Poof.
It's going to give some body to the front of that hat.
All right, so what else do we need?
The next thing is going to be the June Taylor T-shirt project fusible interfacing. Now, I love this because it is a woven fusible. It's a little bit different
Yep.
than a lot of others, but you get good size piece in this package. You know, normally fusible is only like 20 inches
Oh,
wide
yeah.
or something, and this is a nice big piece, and we want to show you what it looks like. Now,
And you can get this on the website, right?
Yes, you can. And it's woven, you'll see the weave of it.
Yeah.
And you can tell which side is the sticky side
Yes.
and which side isn't.
It has bumps.
It does. So you're gonna feel that, and you're gonna put that side down and press it.
Okay.
And follow the package instructions. You need a little bit higher temperature when applying that and steam.
Okay.
So, and the last thing is an ultra firm stabilizer. Now we don't have that. You'll find that at any craft store.
Perfect.
Okay? And that's gonna be for the brim. And then of course a way to fasten it. So the Velcro, the
Right.
hook and loop tape is one way, but
Oh, is
there's
that what we
also,
call it when we don't want
it's like
the
Kleenex.
brand?
Yeah.
Okay. It's good. I was like, I don't know what that is, but now I do.
It's
So,
like Kleenex, yeah.
Okay.
So those, but some way to fasten it.
Okay.
And you can buy other fasteners as well. So the first step is going to be to take a 10 by 10 piece of your foam stabilizer and a 10 by 10 piece of your fabric
Oh, look
and
at
quilt
this
them
fabric.
together. This is some of our AccuQuilt fabric. You have this
Super cute.
available by the Fat Quarter on our website.
Super cute.
So Chris used that to make a hat, and so I thought that was fun. We should use it too. So this has got lots of our shapes on it.
So I have a question.
Yes.
These are directional. So how would I lay it?
So you're gonna want to lay it on your hat like this.
Ah, there we go. Okay.
So it is going to, so this A is the front of your hat,
Okay.
and
quilted
the
portion.
big dart is at the top.
Gotcha.
So you're gonna want to lay it on like this.
Okay.
Okay? Now, you actually do need to cut twice on this die to make a hat.
'Cause we've
Once is
quilted.
going to be, right, this is quilted, but we are also gonna cut our lining. So once we're gonna
Oh,
cut
okay.
our lining, once we're gonna cut our outer pieces, and the outer pieces are the ones that we wanna fuse before we cut them.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right, so you need to press your fusible to the wrong side of the fabric that you'll be using for the rest of the outer shell of your hat. Now, I have our fabric already fused and it's ready to go.
Right.
Be sure and follow the pattern directions here. And I would tell you to read through the whole pattern first, right?
Yes.
You will need to fold your fabric over shapes B and C so you cut mirror images. So Erica's gonna show us how to
Right.
do that.
So we've got two pieces. You're gonna put them together and fold them over and place those over your shape.
Okay,
And I want to sneak this over this way.
okay.
And then you would take two pieces again. Fold these over. And I'm going to put this right there.
Yep, because you wanna make sure you get the darts.
Right. Now, the next piece we've got is shape D.
Okay,
That's going to be for the brim, and that's our fabric.
okay.
And so you'll place that over there. You've got two pieces because you've
Oh,
got the
gosh.
top and the bottom.
Okay,
And then our fusible, this is our ultra firm fusible, goes under D, so under E. Your fusible is going to be smaller because we're going to sew our two D pieces together and then slide our fusible inside.
okay. And we can't exceed the 6-layer rule.
That's right. So now we're going to take, we've got four, and I'm counting this as 2. We're going to put this over, and I want to make sure that I'm kind of lined up here. Okay.
Okay.
So if I put everything on here, I'm pretty thick right here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead for right now and take these two off.
Excellent.
Cut this one, and then I'm going to put it through the cutter.
Right, so we'll cut it twice, and that
Okay.
way it will go through easily.
That's right.
And now this is on a 10 by 24 die board, so it can fit through our Go or our Go Big electric fabric cutter.
Okay.
All right, let's see how we did, Miss Erica.
All right, here we go.
Super
So,
excited about this.
let me pull this off for you. And let's see, we need this.
We need 2 of these.
Okay.
Now, mine has a little string right here, so or thread, so I'm going to cut my 1 thread here. Don't pull those threads, it'll make you sad.
Now, let me show you how I'm going to cut this next piece. I've got a 6x12 mat because
Excellent.
I'm just going to cut the B's because, again, we had overlap. So I'm going to cut this section. There's my 6x12. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to cut C.
And that way you make sure that you get those darts in there.
Absolutely.
Notches.
We want those notches.
Notches.
We got a dart on the front. We got notches to deal with. We got all the things, Pam.
I'm loving it.
Okay, so I'm going to give you
Excellent.
those pieces. And I will cut those last couple of pieces for us.
Excuse me.
Again, I'm going to take these now. I'm going to cut C. And I've got these folded. I'm going to place them so I know they're over the full shape.
Yes.
Cover it with my 6x12. Whoops,
Yeah.
I'm a little off there. There we go. Cover them with my 6x12 because why not use the littler mat if I can?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And put it through the cutter, and then we'll be ready to talk about how it goes together.
Excellent. And there is a whole video that Erica and Chris made. You can find it on our website. You can find it on our YouTube pages, or all the things.
Yes, we are definitely going to give you the Reader's Digest version today. You're going to want to watch that video. All right, so here's the rest of our pieces.
Okay.
All right, so let me set this aside and see how this goes together. So
Okay.
the first thing that you're going to want to do, everything's already cut, is sew your dart.
Yes, and you're going to put right sides together. And it's going to look like that.
That's right. Now, like you pointed out, you clever, clever person.
Sometimes. Look, just for you, I'm going to
There
pin
you
it.
go.
That way we can kind of get a better image of it.
Right. And that's what creates the shape on the front
Right.
of your hat.
Right.
So that's important.
Okay.
And Chris wrote amazing directions. They're going to
did.
take you every step of the way. It's going to talk about pressing and all the important things. We're just giving you a highlight. And so then kind of the unique thing about this is you're going to start sewing, instead of from both sides out,
Right.
you're going to start and sew your pieces around.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So we'd start with matching our double notches here
Okay.
and sewing that on and then
Okay.
working our way around. Then we'd have a single notch piece
Excellent.
and we keep going around. So we're going to keep going around and do that.
Here, we'll use bindy clips.
And then you'll do the same thing. Can you grab me my lining?
I can grab you your lining, yes.
And those are the straps and the Velcro. So the lining then you're going to put together just the same.
Oh, that's a better one.
Okay.
Now we can see what it looks
So
like.
you can see what it looks like. Once this is done, once you're to this step, then what you do would be to put these right sides together.
Oh, Chris is so clever.
Right sides together, right? And there's a notch that's going to match up right there. And then you're just going to be going all the way around. You're going to pin that. You're going to leave this front part open, but pin it, okay?
Okay.
You're going to sew it together,
Okay.
and then you'll make your brim. You'll stick your brim in that section, sew it all together, turn it right side out, finish it, put your closure in. It's super simple. It's really
Super
slick.
cute.
It's really slick.
Because you think in your quilting head this is going to be complicated, but it's not.
It
'cause-
really is not. So watch the video, read your pattern, and you'll be just fine with it.
Okay.
You're gonna get everything you need handled.
All right. So again, from this point on, putting your hat together is easier than you think. Just follow that pattern and refer to the video, which is nice because you can pause it.
Right.
Now just stop and think about all the different materials you can make hats from.
There are so many options to think about. And now that we've given you a look at how the hat goes together, we're going to talk to our friend Chris who designed this die for us.
We did a bit of an introduction earlier, so let's jump right in and welcome Chris to the show. Hey, Chris.
Hey,
how you
Chris.
doing?
Hello.
All right, so Chris, for starters, why a trucker hat? I think there's the story here.
Yes.
There is a little bit of a story. So I went to a yard sale last summer. I don't know. It feels like a lifetime ago.
The other day. You can just say the other
Right?
day.
Yes. And we had just gotten back from Paris, and there was a vintage trucker hat that was from Paris, or at least it said Paris on it.
Fun.
And it was like a quarter. I'm like, oh, obviously I have to buy this. It's a sign.
Right.
So I bought it and brought it home, and it stunk. Like, it smelled like it had been in someone's basement since the 80s.
Yeah,
So I'm like, well, I really can't wear that.
right.
So I just had it sitting there, staring at it. And one day I got a little bored and I took it apart. Like, I busted out my seam ripper
Yeah.
and I took the whole thing apart just to see how it was constructed.
Because that's what
That's
you do.
what you do.
Right. And from there, I was like, oh, I haven't ever seen a quilted hat, not a trucker hat anyway. Like, I'd seen bucket hats,
Right.
but nothing with like a brim and all of that. I was like, okay, how could I make this so that anyone could sew it at home? Because the
Oh,
hat I took
that's
apart had
great.
like plastic in the bill.
Right.
And I'm like, well, the average domestic sewing machine probably wouldn't handle that so
Right.
well.
Right.
So I drafted up the pieces. I made some modifications from the original, trying to get it to just fit well.
Right, right.
With standard 1/4-inch seam allowances, using quilting cotton, and then lots of testing for products to use for the different stabilizers, interfacings, etc. So that was really the longest part, was trying to find the right products to use so that anyone can make this at home.
Oh,
That's
sure.
interesting.
Okay.
Now, when you visited us here in the studio, when you and I had so much fun in the studio for those couple of days, you had some pretty fun different materials for the outside of your hats, too.
Yes, and that's one really fun thing. Like, you can see I'm wearing a hat that matches my shirt.
Yeah.
Since I
I
make
do
my
love
own
that.
shirts, I have scraps. And the front is really just like a 10-inch square.
Look at me doing
You
this.
can use
Like, I
an
can
orphan
see.
block.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
You could use just a scrap of fabric. You could use anything, really. I have an idea to make one out of old T-shirts. I just haven't done it yet.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that would
And
be
speaking
good.
of shirts, because we know you make your shirts, do you have a hat for every shirt?
Not yet. There are a few of my early shirts that I'm not sure I have scraps left of.
Oh,
But even if I have just a little scrap, I'll do
you
a
can
quilt
piece
block
it
for
in.
the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
now there's a die
exactly.
for that, so you don't even have to use a template anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I think you were the one that wanted this die out the most just for making your hats.
Yeah.
It's true, yes. And honestly, cutting out the hats was the longest part. Like, when I
Right.
teach classes, the tracing of the templates, marking your pieces, and cutting it out, that's like more than 50% of the class, it feels like.
Yeah.
Okay, before we ask another question, we
Yes.
should give you a little plug, because Chris is one of our gurus, our AccuQuilt
Yes.
gurus. So he actually could travel to your local quilt shop if they wanted to bring him in and order
teach this
and
class.
teach this class, bring some quilted trucker hat dies. So quilters, if you're
Yes.
watching the show and you want to have a class with Chris, go check out your local retailer and say, hey, we want Chris to come in, make
There
that
you
happen
go.
for us.
There you go.
Okay.
Now, you did have some great tips when you were here and we filmed video on how to make the hats, and you shared those we made hats with the die. It was great fun. But what is your #1 piece of advice for people when they're making their very first quilted trucker hat with your die?
Probably to use a lot of pins or clips when you're attaching the bill.
Okay.
That's honestly the hardest part, because it's kind of fiddly. And I counted how many sewing clips I use along here when I'm attaching it, and it's 20.
Oh, 20 binding
So-
clips.
20 binding clips.
20 binding
Okay.
clips. So use use them because they will save you from having to rip it out and redo it. So taking that little extra time
Taking
up
that
front
extra time.
Yeah.
Okay.
There
will
you
really
go.
save
You
you.
heard it here first.
We should have a social media challenge of everybody shows your hats. That you're
Oh,
gonna
yes.
make.
I want to see everybody's hats.
I would love that. I am hoping now that the die is out, I'm going to see a bunch of quilted trucker hats at QuiltCon next year.
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
That's
yes.
a good idea. I know for sure I'm taking one to festival this year.
Ooh, yes.
Because I got to see the die, sorry, all of you, before it was released. And so, and it was my first one. I'm going to use some AccuQuilt fabric. So
Yes.
I'm excited about it.
Yes.
All right, well, Chris, thanks so much for joining us today for our launch party. Hey, Quilters, if you don't already, you need to follow Chris on all of his social media platforms. He's known as Rose City Originals, and he does quilt-alongs, and he does tutorials, and he's fabulous. You can also find him right here with me every Wednesday for shows when Eric and I aren't doing a quilt-along. Thanks for joining us, Chris. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks.
Bye. Oh, I love Chris so much.
He's so fun.
Now, normally we make you wait until the end of a show to see our trunk show, but I think we should show off all the different quilted trucker hats that Chris has made right now.
That's great. Now, all of these patterns are available at AccuQuilt.com as free downloads, and they were all designed by Chris Marchini of Rose City Originals, starting with the Go Quilted Trucker hat by Chris Marchini.
So
And
this is what
Go
ours
fabric.
will look like when we're done, Pam.
Oh, I'm taking it to the pool. Okay, I'm going to wear this one. Okay. All right, what's next?
Now, take it back off and show everybody, because we were talking about how it goes together. And you leave this part open,
Okay.
I think.
Now you must leave
No.
this part open because that's where the seam is.
Oh, yep, there we go. So we leave this part open
Okay.
when you're turning it right side out. Don't worry, everything's gonna come out okay.
Yep.
And the instructions talk about using a quilter's ham or a pressing ham, which is a big
Is that
solid.
for lunch?
It is not, but it resembles the shape. It's like a tailor's tool for pressing, but
Okay.
you can roll up a towel and use that too. It just makes it easier to press the curves. I had never played with one until Chris brought his for
Did
us
we have
to
one
do.
here, or did he take it
No, he
home?
took it home. It was his. He packed it in his suitcase and everything.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to get us a ham.
We have to get us a ham.
Okay. Okay,
But
now can I put it back on?
I did it at home with a rolled up towel and that worked too.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got our next one. This is our Go Orphan Block quilted trucker hat.
Okay,
And
I love this
I
idea.
really like this one. So how often do you have those test blocks?
All the
And
time.
Just quilt it up. You don't need a backing. Just put that foam in there. Quilt it however you want to.
Yeah.
And isn't that the
I
cutest
think he
hat?
did like stitch in a ditch, which I think is super cute.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Okay, here. Can I build hats?
You can build hats.
Okay.
All right, now this one is
waiting for the
really
show.
cool because this is the trucker utility hat, and this is a water-resistant fabric. So this is just the fabric.
Oh gosh, yeah, I
so
feel it
for
now.
fishing or for out of doors
Or the pool.
or the pool.
I might steal this
But it's
one.
got little loops on it for like fishermen to stick stuff in or whatever. If you're going to be hiking in the rain or.
Only Kenyan hikes. Okay, there we go.
But this one, oh, bring it back down. Chris purchased
Oh, that's what I would do.
the little finishing,
Plastic.
the little plastic ends. So you can purchase those too and use those if you want to
Really?
do that instead of,
The
and
things
look,
I'm learning on my show
he put
today.
spider web on the inside.
Oh, for sure, I'm
'cause
taking
it's
this
Chris.
one. Hey, listen, I don't know what. Lynn's not here, so I can take whatever I want. Okay.
So this one is fun. This is the upcycled trucker hat.
This is super
And he used
cute.
old denim. Now you can see, let me point out, he took the pocket off. You can see where he
Oh,
took
yeah,
the pocket
there's the
off.
pocket.
It would be way too thick to cut with your die.
That's clever though, because then it looks super cute. There. Okay.
And he used contrasting thread.
I have to see in the mirror here which I'm doing. Okay, keep going.
I think there's a Dr. Seuss book about
I think
this.
there is.
Okay, so then there are instructions for how to make the hats in smaller sizes.
Oh, listen, you should see our cute models.
And you do, this is the teen trucker hat.
Cute.
I'll put this one, I'll pretend I'm a teen.
There you go.
This is the teen trucker hat.
Yes.
And and this is the kids trucker hat. And you change them up with your seam allowance that you take.
Oh, I
so
wondered
there
how
are
that worked.
instructions on that, right? So it's just a really cool element of the trucker hat, the quilted trucker hat pattern.
Yep.
Isn't that fun?
I love it. And I'm going to tell you, you can wash them, but I'm going to tell you my secret is we wash baseball caps in the dishwasher
Yes.
on the top rack.
Uh-huh.
So on a short wash.
And
Do
then
you know that?
you
Yeah.
like roll up some towels
Yeah.
or something and dry them sitting out like that. And you can take and you, as you wear it, you know, just like with any other cap, you can kind of mold that. You can kind of steam it
Yeah.
to get that curve in it. If you're somebody who likes more of a curve in your hat,
Okay.
can absolutely do that.
All of these patterns were written by our good friend Chris of Rose City Originals to go along with the die he designed, and they're all available at AccuQuilt.com as free downloads. Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay. I think now would be a good time to give away a Go Quilted Trucker hat die to a lucky viewer who registered for today's show.
Oh, all right, I'd love to. The lucky winner who's getting to Go Quilted Trucker Hat Die by Chris Marchini of Rose City Originals is, drumroll please, Virginia B. of Temple, Texas.
Oh, congratulations. Oh, I tell you what, there are so many possibilities for these.
I'm taking this one. I got to go to the pool later.
Here.
I'm taking this one.
Here, let's put those over on the side with the trucker hat
Okay.
die. We've got so many here.
I
There's
love
just
that
so
there's
many
kids.
ideas. But think about it. Think about making matching hats for
Like a
for all
family
your
reunion.
kids, for your family reunion.
Listen, if you're going to a theme park, you
make
should
them out of a very bright color.
Yes, so that everybody can wear them, and it will protect their little faces from the sun.
Yes, yes. So, and this would be such an unusual, great item to sell at a craft fair.
Right, we talk about the fact that lots
Mm-hmm.
of our viewers are quilters, but we have so many that are crafters.
And like to make and take items to sell. So this would be a great one.
Okay, when we
Okay.
can't find this one anymore, you know where it is.
I know where it is. It's
Okay.
at the pool.
It is.
All right. I think it's time to introduce our second new die for today, and it's the Go Bucket Hat die.
Oh, yes.
And I have to tell you, where is she going? Oh,
Getting
there
the
she is.
die.
I have to tell you, this is such a fun project to make. I have already made several.
Okay.
And one of the great things about bucket hats is that they give you a little bit more protection from the sun, including the tops of your sensitive little ears, which are easy to burn. No, they are.
Okay,
It's very
I trust
sensitive
you.
skin. Ask your husband who's a
Okay,
physician. He
I
will
will
tell you.
tell you, yeah.
It's very sensitive, and lots of people that are fair complected will end up getting skin cancer on the top of their ears because of sunburns. And this hat is going to help protect that.
Your medical fun fact for the day.
There you go.
Okay. All right, they're also stylish. It's super fun to make. So let's take a look at this die. So again, it's on a 10 by 24, so it's going to work in our Go and our Go Big. But it just has 3 pieces. So you want to cut your hat just like we did with Chris's in 2 passes.
Right.
One for the outside and one for the lining. But, bless you, bless you.
Excuse me.
It can be reversible.
Yes.
Which
So
is really fun.
If you're making one fun side, why not make 2 fun sides?
Okay, there you go.
So think about that. And just like with our quilted trucker hat, we're going to use the June Taylor T-shirt project fusible interfacing. So you want to fuse this on the back side of your fabric, your main fabric. I
Right.
think we call it your main fabric.
Right.
That's your outer fabric. But as we said, it's reversible, so it really doesn't matter.
And this die also has notches to
It
help you
does have notches because we're sewing curves here.
There you go.
So we're going to put, we need 1 of the crown.
Right?
We need 4 for the sides.
And these are all pre-fused.
Those are all pre-fused.
So that, see, we're not exceeding the 6-layer rule.
Right, they're 4 with fusible and then 4 with fusible again here. And we're ready to go.
Oh,
Now,
here, I have a mat.
you took my mat. Thank you. I knew I had a mat here somewhere. The mat makes the magic, you know.
It does. Nothing happens without a mat.
Okay, here we go.
So we're using our Go Big today, but it will fit through the Go and the Go Big. If you have not gotten one, be sure to pick up a Go Big die catcher.
Oh,
They're available
yes.
at the AccuQuilt website. It's not only does it allow you that platform, but inside you can put away your power cord and your power brick. All right, Miss Erica, so now you cut
so
our pieces.
here we go. We've cut our outer lining, outer pieces, and let's take a look.
And what a great way to bust up your scraps and your stash.
Oh, you can just have
Holy
so much
smokes.
fun. So much fun. So I've already made the lining for this one, so you
Yes.
can see what it's going to look like. But you build the outside and the lining exactly the same way.
Okay, let's show everybody.
So we're going to take, let me take our pieces. The first thing you want to do is take these, your outer pieces, and sew these together.
Okay.
And they're going to go this way.
Yes, in your quilting head, you might think that you're going to
You're
start in the
matching
center.
those notches, and you're not. You're
You are
going to
not.
sew these together and then sew the ends together so that you have a ring.
Right, and you'll notice there are no notches here. So you're going to sew flat end to flat end.
Exactly. Then you're going to do the same thing with the brim pieces. You're going to go flat end to flat end.
Right, so here's the brim, and then here's the sides.
And you're going to go flat end to flat end, and
Yeah.
again, you'll be making another ring. So press those seams open,
Okay.
and then take your first piece, which is the side, and you're going to go right sides together, match up your notches, and sew around.
We would suggest you pin or use binding
You
clips.
do want to pin or use binding clips. Match up. I put pins where my notches are, and then use a 1/4-inch seam allowance.
Okay.
Just take your time, pack your patience. If you get a little bunchy, just put your needle down, raise your presser foot,
Yep.
smooth out your fabric, and keep going.
Well, and the great thing about this is that it's washable.
Right.
So when you're all done, if you have a little bobble there, it's not going to matter.
You're never going to see it. You're absolutely never going to see it. Once that's done, then you'll do the same procedure, sewing the brim to the bottom of the sides.
Okay.
And there you can actually pin twice because you can match up, you'll be matching up the notches, but you can also match up your seams. And that'll really help you smooth everything out.
Okay.
And then you'll put right sides together of your inner and outer fabric, sew them together, leave a little spot to turning, turn it right side out, add some stitching, and you're done. They're really
Fabulous.
slick.
And that same process that Eric's talked about is how you do the lining as well.
Yeah.
Yep. And then once you've tucked the opening fabric inside and press around the brim, then just top stitch it to close. And these are super fun because these had multiple top stitchings.
Right, so adding a little extra top stitching along the brim is just gonna help stiffen it up just a little bit and help it hold its shape.
So maybe if you're going to a theme park, this is what you want to make sure you cover your delicate ears.
Your delicate ears.
Okay, just saying. All right. Now,
It's a thing.
I love it. And don't forget, we made a great video taking you every step of the way through that, sewing that hat. You can find it on the Go Bucket Hat project page at AccuQuilt.com.
That's right.
And just like with our trucker hats, this is the beginning of fun for you. And you can make all sorts of hats. You could add trim or applique, you could embroider, you can do
Yeah.
all sorts of things.
Yeah, you could. Again, you could use orphan blocks for maybe the top, even
Yeah.
the other pieces. You could use upcycled materials. You could also use really fun novelty fabric, maybe with favorite teams, favorite characters. There's a certain park you're going to.
Yeah.
You could make them for everybody on your gift-giving list.
So here's kind of a fun thing. We try to do gifts at the holiday times of experiences, not things. So it would be fun, like if you were planning a trip to a camping trip or to a theme park or whatever.
Right.
At Christmas time, you can make everybody a little hat.
Oh,
and
that's a good
Then they actually
idea.
have a little. They have a
It's
little
like
gift
a
to
little
open.
thing to open. Yes, yes.
Because at our house, we like to open packages.
We do like to open packages. You could use them for little favor holders, so you could have them at everybody's place.
Oh, for like
Make
Thanksgiving dinner.
like with little activities for the kids in them, because they always get. Why is it we feed the kids first and they always get done before we adults even have our food?
Yes.
So
And
give
I-
them something to do. Put it in a hat.
I love the idea of maybe Easter too.
Easter would
Easter
be great.
baskets, and you could put
Yes.
fun little eggs.
Oh, I'm
in,
totally doing that for Easter.
right?
I'm totally doing that for Easter. All right, give them. How fun to gift them full of goodies. Maybe
Yeah.
make one for somebody who likes gardening and include gardening gloves and pruning shears or seeds, bulbs.
Yep. Or you could add sunglasses and sunscreen and a battery fan.
Oh, battery
if you're
fan.
going to a certain theme park. Or again, I was thinking as we were doing this, if you have somebody that maybe is going through chemotherapy that have
Yes.
lost their hair, you
Yes.
could line it with cuddle fabric.
You could.
And then it would be
Or
soft.
flannel.
Or flannel.
That would be really nice. My dad wore a bucket hat that was lined with terry cloth
Oh, see, there you go.
when he was going through chemo.
There you go.
So all of these would be great ideas. These would be great to sell at craft fairs as well, and something different, right?
Right.
So really think about ways that you can personalize these and make your own, and wait till we show you some of the samples.
Oh, yeah. All right, but before we do that, let's give away a Go Bucket Hat die
Oh,
to a
good.
lucky viewer who registered for today's show.
All right, quilters, our second lucky winner, this time getting a Go Bucket Hat die is, drum roll please. It's Cindy B. from Frankfort, Kansas. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay, bucket hats.
Let's show them off. So these were actually Chris Marchini of Rose City Originals also wrote the patterns for these as well. And again, all of them are available as free downloads on the AccuQuilt website.
So this is one Caitlin from our team made, and this is kind of the basic pattern.
Yes.
It's called the reversible.
I love it. Okay, do I get to stack them
Yeah,
again?
you certainly can if you would like to.
Okay, I like
Okay,
it.
that's
So
the
I'm covering my
reversible
delicate
bucket hat.
ears.
Now the next one is really fun because this time they added applique to it.
Oh, look at how
So
cute
this
that
is the Go Lemonade bucket hat. Now, you want to go ahead, take your fabric, and do your applique and embroidery
Oh,
before you
yes.
cut the crown out.
Yes,
It's
that's
going
a
to be
good
your
idea.
best way.
Yes.
And then they use the leaves and then have the leaves around it. And look, it's got sunny fabric on the
Sunshine.
sunshine fabric on the outside.
Okay.
Okay, this is fun. This is the upcycled partner to the other
to
one.
the trucker hat. And again, the pocket is missing.
And the pockets are missing because they should be. And variegated thread. I mean, how simple
I
is
like
that to
that a
really
lot.
jazz it up, right?
I like that a lot.
I'm loving it.
Okay, I'm seeing how good my hats are looking.
Okay, now this one is the upcycled quilted bucket hat.
Oh, look at how fun this
Look
is.
at how fun this is. This is really cute fabric. What a great way of using scraps. These are just little pinwheel blocks.
Yeah, and dozens of them. And
Here, that one's going to
Look
be
how
too
fun.
small for you. I
It
think I
is.
should wear this one.
Okay.
Okay. Now this one's got some fun trim added. This is called, appropriately, the Go Trimmed Out Bucket Hat.
Okay.
And they've
Oh, look at
added
that.
like a little flange. And then this is some pre-made trim. Look how sweet that is just
Little
peeking out.
ribbons.
And then this one, they did a binding around.
They did. Okay, binding, the bane of my existence. Okay,
Pam
you
would
have
not
that one.
add binding.
Show me that one because I want to
Okay,
take that one.
this is the fisherman bucket hat. And this one is super cool because it's made again with that water-resistant fabric. And it's got the little loops and the pockets.
And it matches the sky.
Yes, it matches that side. But if your fisherman is apt to get sunburned more easily, go with
On those
the bucket
gentle
hat.
ears. Okay, look
Go
at that.
with the bucket hat. And again, all these samples are available as patterns that are free downloads for you at AccuQuilt.com.
Okay, Erica, do you have a favorite?
I kind of like this one.
Kinda like that
I'm
one.
loving. I'm more of a bucket hat girl myself.
Yes, you and
I think
talked
it's
about
more. I don't wear the trucker hat with the quilted
Well,
trucker
I'm
hat as
taking
well.
both of these because the Gibney's not here, because I could use both of these in the pool.
Well, and I originally made this for packaging. I love
Yes.
this one. It's really fun with bright orange. But this, I like the trimmed one too.
The trim one is super cute.
I
Okay.
love the fabric. I love the colors. They're
All right.
all great.
Oh, we have fabric. Holy
we do.
smokes.
Oh, we need to check the fabric mailbox and see what our friends from Andover Fabrics have sent over for us to give away today.
Okay, it's heavy.
It's heavy.
It weighs like, feel this.
Well, I trust you.
Weighs like 10 pounds. I could do workout with it.
That's a lot of fabric.
We might have to keep
Oh,
this, Erica.
quilters, this is exciting.
Oh my gosh.
She's loving it. See, this is why they don't show us. Oh, wait.
Look
I'm going to
at
move
this
some
because
hats aside.
it is Valentine fabric. And these are half-yard cuts. And who did this for us?
Andover did this for
Andover,
us.
we love
and
them.
look at these beautiful, oh, these are such sweet little prints.
Oh my gosh. Look at this. They have hearts. I would make buckets. I would make hats for all the people I love out of this.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Gosh.
You know, it only takes about a third of a yard for, I'd have to check, but I think it's like a third of a yard for the outer and a third of the yard for the lining for the
Okay,
bucket
well,
hat.
first of all, a huge shout out to Andor. We're going to thank him again, but holy
yes,
smokes. Okay,
look
they
at
say we
this.
have to give this away, though.
Oh, but Pam,
Heart, you know,
are
after
just
Halloween,
wonderful
Valentine's Day
prints.
is my favorite day.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
These almost look like buttons. Oh my goodness. All right.
Okay.
Well, the winner of the first selection of yummy Valentine heart love fabric from Andover is, drum roll please, it's Monica D. of Pineville, Louisiana. Congratulations, Monica. I want to see what you make.
And the winner of the second selection of fabric is, drumroll please, Luann S. of Maryville, Tennessee.
Congratulations.
Oh my
okay, can I trust you to send these
No,
out?
not at all, but I'll put it over here.
Huge thank you to our good friends at Andover for sponsoring today's show, which such yummy fabric. You're counting?
10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 half-yard cuts.
Oh no, 12 in this one, right? And 12 in that one?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10,
Wow.
12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24.
24.
So 12 yards of fabric. Is that right? These are half-yard cuts?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
No wonder it was heavy.
I know.
Thank you again to Andover. You've just made two quilters very happy, and two quilters here on set very jealous.
Very sad. Quilters, we have tons of great deals for you available from our website, including this month's Die to Try. Do you have a block, Erica?
I do have a block.
This is the Go Turkey Giblets. It's a 12-inch finished block, and it's a Die to Try, so it's only available for 1 month or while supplies last, and only from AccuQuilt.com or your local AccuQuilt retailer.
Now, to get an order in right now, open a new tab in your browser, type in AccuQuilt.com/party to take you to the site, see the offers, and place an order. There are some fun bundles available on the site, too, with these two great new dies, so be sure to check them out. Some may even contain some extra special deals, like a free mat.
That's right. Why not get a free mat? Quilters, check it out because you can get the die with a free mat for the same price as the die.
Yes.
Now, listen, we have an exciting announcement to share with you as well. Our good friend Lori Miller has teamed up with American Patchwork and Quilting Magazine, along with AccuQuilt, for a wonderful new dye-friendly block of the month called Gem Tones.
That's right. So the first block were the ruby blocks.
Yes, and they're beautiful.
And you will find that pattern in the October 24 issue of the magazine.
Right. Right. Now, and this is going to make a stunning quilt. Now, the next blocks are the emerald blocks in the December issue that goes on sale this month. And Erica has a sample.
So here is a sample of this one. And these are big, lovely 20-inch blocks. And she has made die-friendly directions for this using your 10-inch mix and match cube.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
Super cute. Okay, so be sure to check them out.
Yes. All right. Well, we hope that you are flipping your lid over these great new hat dies, just like Pam and I are.
We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching our show. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and look for live events every Tuesday and Wednesday.
You can visit the events page on AccuQuilt's website for more details on upcoming shows. And while you're there, check out the blog for tips, tricks, tutorials, and inspiration galore.
And remember, at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time,
so you can quilt more.
Be sure to join me every Wednesday at 12 noon Central Time for AccuQuilt Live. We have tons of fun. Tomorrow, Eric and I are working on the quilt-along. Be sure and join us.
And join us on Tuesdays at 12 noon Central Time whenever we have new products to introduce. We'll be back next Tuesday to reintroduce a couple of fan favorite dies. We hope you join us.